Welcome to the service clinic at Low Country Harley-Davidson. I'm Doc Harley. I've got a 2003 Dyna. Gentleman just bought it. He's polishing it, taking care of it. He wanted to change the exhaust system. That's one of the number one things Harley-Davidson people do. They change the exhaust system. They want their sound, and that's fantastic. But there are some things that you really need to look at or possibly know about if you are going to change the exhaust system, or you bring an exhaust system to a dealer or a shop to have it installed. There are going to be some parts that possibly are going to be changed or removed because of damage. Let me show you first. I've talked in the past about changing exhaust gaskets. Every time you change an exhaust system, change the gasket. One exhaust system is not going to be the same as the other one and fitting, and I'll show you why. Let me get my flashlight out and see if my camera person can see this hole. You see how that gasket is just destroyed and sticking out actually into the exhaust system, gathering carbon and really bringing down the performance. Now we're going to go to the front one, and that's almost even worse. Yeah, it's really sticking out, and you can see almost some of it is not even on the side of the cylinder spigot. The head spigot that's, attached to the exhaust. And you'll probably notice that I'm missing a stud. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. When you get an exhaust system, you have your clamps that go onto the studs, and I'll show you how that is set up. This part slides onto an exhaust, and then you have a retaining clip that holds that up there. If you're buying a used motorcycle and you're cleaning it this winter, take a look up into that area, because these are terrible. This is the reason we lost the stud, because I'll show you what a brand new one is, but these are what hold the clamp on. And some of you might say, oh, I got an exhaust leak, so I'm just going to tighten down the nuts. Well, if you do that, this one's concave. It starts going up the sides and not really holding. And then this one here, it's actually out of the groove and going upwards. And all you're doing is just clamping more of this and pulling possibly the stud. Yeah, the stud was rusted on and way in too tight. The instructions in the service manual say the most tighten the lower and the upper to 60 to 80 inch-pounds. We're not even talking a foot-pound here. This is one of these things that are abused by a lot of people. They just keep wrenching and wrenching and wrenching, thinking, okay, I got to get it as tight as possible. No, you don't. Here, I'll show you the difference. I'm taking out the old bent ones, and I'm putting the new clips in. You see how they're inside the area, so they can grab the lip on the exhaust system and can pull it into the exhaust gasket and make a seal. And these gaskets are made to carbon up a little bit to help with the seal. If you could take these off, because you take these off and the clamp off your old pipe and put on the new one, if you could take these off by your hand, either you're Popeye or they're worn out. This is the tool that we use, that we put on to expand it so I can get it onto the pipe. And you want these tight. So if you're changing the exhaust system this winter or any time, and you're putting aftermarket from stock, or you're going from aftermarket to aftermarket, you're changing it because you like the different sound, why don't you replace the retaining rings at the same time? Yes, you could reuse maybe possibly if you've got low mileage, but why take the chance? Because eventually, if you keep cranking down on this a couple of foot-pounds, you're just going to pull the stud out, compromise the head, and then it's extra cost. Take your time in doing these jobs and replace old used parts. It'll save you down the road. Just a little tech tip from Low Country Harley-Davidson. I'm Doc Harley. We'll see you next time.